Hey,
You look in the thing?
yeah, if you want, I'll just look wherever. So guest reviews. My sister.
Hey guys!
We just got out of Pacific Rim. I know I told you guys that I wouldn't be able to see it till I got back, so, you know, to hold off on a review, but on our way up here, they were like, hey, there's a theater. Let's check out what's up there, and so we did, and,
You go. I'll go off of you.
It was pretty much perfect. Not like a perfect movie, but it was perfect for what I wanted and what you should probably expect out of it. Oh, forgot to turn my phone off. That's professional. Emotionally basic, fun, very simple kind of stuff. Nothing terribly complicated to follow. You know what people are all about and what they do, what they want. There's no, like, fluff filler, really. I think pretty much every scene has some kind of purpose.
True. Within the scenes, I felt like sometimes they would try to stuff in some kind of emotional punch to the gut that did not have the effect they wanted it to because they hadn't invested the time in it. There's one scene. How are we allowed to do spoilers? Is that okay? I mean, it's not even really spoiler.
Light spoilers.
It's not a spoiler. Scene where this kid is going off to, I don't even know his name. We referred to him as the Australian.
Yeah.
Because we never really figured out his name.
No.
He's going off to fight, and it's not looking good. He's probably not coming back, and he has this goodbye scene with this man. And I say this man because I didn't realize until the end of this very emotional talk that it was his father. And I only found that out because he says, "That's my son." And I went, oh!
That's his dad.
It's meaningful.
To be fair, she stepped out at one point, and during that exact same scene, the old man guy goes, "This is my son and my partner, whatever his name is."
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that would have been good to know.
That would have been good to know. But even without that, there was no relationship building.
No.
Even if I didn't think they were father and son, you can still make me care.
Yeah.
I don't need to know that they're related. Make me care. They didn't. They tried. They shot for it, and it was uncomfortable a little bit. I watched two men stare at each other teary-eyed, and I didn't know why it was happening.
Yeah. Emotionally, a little bit of fluff.
Emotional fluff.
Plot-wise, I would say there wasn't really any.
But there are people that it'll sell to.
Oh, yeah.
There are people that want some amount of emotional something, and they'll latch onto it and be like, yeah.
I got it from the sort of Idris Elba, whatever his name is, and Mako's character, like their relationship. That was just enough for me that I was like,
it wasn't heavy-handed.
Nope.
It's not too much. It's just there.
It's just, I'm like, oh, I get it. For those of you who don't know, Pacific Rim is about giant monsters that pop up out of nowhere.
We're complaining about the emotional content.
but that just proves right there what you should expect out of it. A lot of the negativity towards the movie was, oh, it's just Transformers again. Well, first of all, this movie's like 45 minutes shorter. Secondly, at least as far as an action movie, when people be like, I just want to see things blow up in Transformers. I'm like, I can't see things blowing up in Transformers because I can't tell what's happening. In the fights. I can't tell.
It's obstructed by the other explosion that just happened. Mm-hmm. And the explosion that subsequently follows.
And the camera guy that's had like 5 Red Bulls. I swear to God, those movies. It's like they it's like they turned on the tumble dryer and threw the camera in and then just let it go. That's how you choreograph a Transformers fight scene. In these, you can at least, as it succeeds as an action movie, it succeeds because I know what's going on. They're just slow enough that I can follow their actions. And they're distinguished enough. They're still exciting, yeah. And they're distinguished enough, well, because they're huge. You feel the impact when they actually hit things. And again, they're just, I mean, there's visually, I'm like, I can tell which one's which because...
You're not just all...
They don't look all the same.
Cutter.
Yeah, one's green, one's red, one has 3 arms.
Yeah.
One's... If I had anything, like, to negatively... Well, as like an honest to God negative point to make, it's the casting, the main cast. It's not that they're bad actors. They were not strong enough to hold the movie up.
There's good acting in this.
Yeah.
And none of it is coming from the main people. That was actually, I'm really glad you brought it up, because that was about halfway through. I was like, okay, I like you. I'm not going to see you very much, am I?
No. You're relegated to plot B of the movie.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
The side stories are where the really good
acting moments come out of.
Happens.
Ron Perlman, Idris Elba.
Is that the nerd?
No, Charlie Day is the nerd. The funny nerd guy.
He's fun.
Charlie Day was fun. He looked so out of place in the trailers, like uncomfortably so.
He's out of place in the movie.
He is out of place in the movie, yeah, but I had fun with him in the movie.
Who's Idris Elba?
Idris Elba. He was the marshal.
Okay.
And Ron Perlman did what he did with what they gave him.
It's Ron Perlman.
It's Ron Perlman. They gave him the same kind of...
In a pimp suit.
In a pimp suit, yeah. They gave him the same kind of role that... I don't want to say the same role that Burton would give Depp, because they didn't make the movie about Ron Perlman. Almost spoiled it. I knew what she was going to say, too.
Watch the movie, stay for after.
Point is that I think if I was going to have one legitimate, like, that could have been done better, was probably the main cast. The main...
They carry it, they don't sell it.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. They carry, don't sell. The one who comes the closest is probably the girl, Mako.
Yeah.
She comes the closest.
Yeah, I mean, don't go expecting... It's like what you said. It's perfect based on your expectations. It's not innovative. It's not new. It's just...
Well, no, I will say this, and this is what I was saying in my last video, was that I was glad to see it because it's not an adaptation, it's not a sequel, it's not a remake. In a sense, it's new because it's not...
Yes, the concept, all of that is not taken from anything else necessarily.
Yeah.
I just mean the, I don't know, the storyline arcs, the...
Oh, well,
crescendos,
yeah.
the
three-act structure.
Yeah.
The skeleton of every movie is going to be the exact same, unless you start getting into some weird artsy type stuff.
Yeah,
that defies that.
Heroes live always.
Yeah.
Except the one that was going to die anyways, and he lived for a good cause, you know. Like,
yeah. Well, the rise and fall, the three-act structure, that's
a given.
Yeah, that is a given, but there's new ideas. It's not... Yeah. And it's not a blatant rip-off of anything else, like R.I.P.D. with... Ryan Reynolds and them.
What is that from? That's a different review.
For those of you who don't know, the R.I.P.D. is Ryan Reynolds, who's died, and now he fights ghosts or spirits.
He fights.
If you replace the ghosts and spirits with aliens, it's Men in Black.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I made the connection, I just didn't know it was actually...
Yeah, so it's not like you could do that with Pacific Rim and be like, oh, well, it's a blatant rip-off of this. It's like, well, no, I was glad to see it, if not for no other reason than to just support
You always
something
borrow.
Original. Well, yeah.
You borrow things, but it's new in
if you spin it, like The Matrix, it was not a new idea, but they spun it in a different way. And like with this, the technology, I mean, that is a part of movie making. When you can use the technology to tell the story in a particular way, that helps. What trailers do we get? Well, the first one we saw, actually, the first one had a lot of promise. It's actually something I'm kind of looking forward to, is Gravity, with George Clooney and Julia Roberts.
It was by far the most... It brought you in and wanted you to know more.
Yeah.
And it showed you the least.
Mm-hmm. Which is the idea. It's supposed
That's what a trailer is, people.
It's supposed to pitch a movie to you in roughly 60 seconds or so. And 90% of the trailers show you everything in an attempt to get your money, missing the idea entirely that it's a pitch. It's called Gravity. And, well, just... It's 2 astronauts doing something on a satellite.
As far as we know, yeah, that's all you see.
Yeah, but I'm going to ignore the fact that in space there would be no crashing or explosions. You wouldn't hear anything. I'm going to ride right past that. It sounds really boring when we just describe it.
It's done real well.
It's done real well. Well, and especially compared to the rest, because every other trailer that followed that, we looked over at each other and just... What? Like, you described it best when you were saying, like, a bunch...
Whole lot of no.
Whole lot of no. Whole lot of no's. Because the next one, apparently you hadn't seen a trailer for it before. I had.
Which one?
300.
Nothing will stop the march of my empire.
I hear her jaw clench. And I look over at her, and she's just like, what? And I put the 2 and 2 together that she doesn't know that there's going to be another 300 movie. And I well, I guess, because the first thing you hear is Lena Headey's voice. And I just go, because I know what it is. And I see her look over at me and then look back. And then, you know, it shows the 300 and stuff. And that's when I hear her jaw clench. And I'm right there with her, because who cares anymore? It's been how long?
You took liberties with the whole historical thing enough to the point that it wasn't really based on true events anyway.
Yeah.
Fine, it was entertaining enough to watch, and I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Leonidas dies at the end.
Guys, yeah.
Guys,
what's next? Follow-up question, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Because what we cared about was Leonidas. I don't care what happens after that. The point was made at the end.
Yeah, I didn't mean to sound like the war doesn't go on, because it is made clear at the end that the war does continue.
Yeah.
That's great, but the only thing you let us care about in that movie was Leonidas.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing you care about in that movie. And when he dies,
all fucks are given
we're
up.
done.
Yeah. And even when he did die, point was made.
Yeah.
With that final scene with the spear flying, I'm like, that was great.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. I did not walk out of that, like, feeling cheapened whatsoever.
No.
But now
it is.
Now I do, because I'm like, what the fuck? And now it's aware of how popular 300 is. Now they're like, hey, check out this awesome shot we have of a CG horse jumping underwater and then jumping back up and cutting guys. I'm like, I don't... And again, how long has it been since the first 300 movie? I was in high school when that came out.
But you waited too long.
Yeah, exactly. You waited way too long to do another one. Now they're doing the Xerxes movie. No one gives a shit about Xerxes, guys. That would have been bad enough. But the trailers just kept going and going and going. We had a little mini preview of this little movie called Mortal Instruments, the
City of Bones.
City of Bones.
City of Bones. It's based on a book series, for those of you that have not heard.
Yep.
I'm gonna repeat what I told Caleb, just because this is the best way to set it up. I enjoyed reading the Twilight series. I did. I will never revoke that. I enjoyed reading it. I didn't enjoy the movies very much. I didn't enjoy these books. And watching this preview, this trailer...
This movie is taking the book to a whole nother level.
A great, big, uninhibited action adventure.
This is about more than us.
I don't even know that I could suffer through what the movies are going to be like. It's that It's that.
Mm-hmm.
That bad, that embarrassing, that... It's that.
It's that.
It's that.
And they did one of those things where they ask, like, you know, they show, like, a little bit of behind the scenes, a little bit, and they ask, you know, some of the actors, like, and the actors, like, briefly describing their characters and what's going on. And they make it, you know, they're supposed to really sell you on it. Be like, oh, he's got to go through this, and she's dealing with this and this.
Like, why would Jace be doing this? Well, I mean, he's got this going, he's got these going. These are all really stupid, menial, just
generic fill-in-the-blank answer.
Yeah.
I think Jace is drawn to Clary because he sees a strength in her that he's never seen in anybody else.
Yeah.
And then he tops it off with, I mean, the thing to end all things for his character is...
His character motivation is...
smoking hot.
And plus, she's smoking hot.
I mean, what else is there?
It's like, what the fuck?
Oh, good. That conveys to me pretty well, just in that couple sentences, how deep this movie goes.
Yep. So in a sick, sad way that's pretty honest. And then the other one that got to me, because first was, you know, the Gravity trailer, fine, looks good, I'll see it. 300 trailer, I was just, and you were mad pissed. Then the one that followed was Ender's Game. And then we switched roles, kind of, or at least it felt like we switched roles.
A little bit.
Because you were just kind of, whatever, and I hung my head, because that trailer is horrible.
It might, okay, I think the reason there was such a different reaction is because I am holding out my hope. I like that book, and I'm really hoping that it was just maybe not the best done trailer. There's more to it than that. And the trailer even itself didn't get under my skin that badly. I had just watched The City of Bones.
There was nowhere to go but up.
I mean, exactly. Yeah. He was not happy.
I was not happy because it, like, 90% of it is just CGI jacking off in my face. I'm just like, where are the people at? And, like, they show people, but they're not doing anything. They are all standing there. It's every single shot is them standing somewhere.
There were some
or
training shots of the kids doing training.
Standing there. They were all, like, in a uniform line, just standing there.
He tackled him to the ground or something. I'm reaching here.
She's really reaching, and even if she's right, that's one moment in the whole trailer where they aren't just standing there, and the CG's doing all the pretty crap.
Or yelling.
Yeah,
yelling.
They yell quite a bit. If anyone fights me on, oh, Ender's Game could be pretty good, you don't know that. You don't know. Maybe they'll make it. We'll finally get a good book adaptation. Summon Entertainment. If there's one
seriously?
person, if there's a studio
I can see that.
Yep, because that right there is a stamp of shit.
My hope just dwindled significantly.
If you want a good book adaptation, why not go to the people that adapted Twilight and Warm Bodies? Why not? Because those did so fucking well. Warm Bodies was a Stockholm Syndrome, so why the fuck not? And Twilight just speaks volumes.
Yeah. City of Bones, sorry, I'm bringing it back to that because that was by far the most just guttural response I had during this entire experience.
The City of Bones?
City of Bones.
Ooh.
I finished the series out of perverted interest, and that happened during the second book. If you don't want this spoiled, I'm sorry, I'm going to do this. If you don't want this spoiled, you need to pause this or fast forward for about 10 seconds.
I'll put a time code or something.
In 3, 2, 1, incest. That's where I drew the line, and that's where I went. I have got to finish these books just to find the point where they figure out this is a bad idea and last minute change
and just
it.
Backpedal like crazy.
Backpedal out of it. They never did.
Oh.
They never do.
Oh.
So.
Oh, God.
Alright, you can tune back in now. And they made a movie on it! Like, the people that made that decision had to have read the entire series, knew what they were gonna have to do,
yep.
And still went, I think we'll be okay.
Shit, you better hope that movie tanks, guys, because then you don't have to do another one. It'll be like Percy Oh, wait, they are doing another Percy Jackson. Shit. It's got Nathan Fillion in it. Well, I think we've drifted pretty far aside from the initial point, which was Pacific Rim was perfect for what we wanted out of it. Yeah. Because, I mean, if you watch the trailer and you expect deep emotional drama, that's kind of shame on you. Because that's not at all what it's even trying to suggest. I think in the trailer there's like 3 humans in the whole thing. Yeah, I would recommend it. I don't know about 3D. We dodged the 3D showing because it's bullcrap. Because, I mean, we're just getting to the end of summer, and we're just now getting to a perfect summer action movie. So, better late than never.
Yeah.
Same kind of generally. Okay. Well, you heard it here, folks. Fuck 302. Fuck City of Bones.
City of Bones.
And
maybe Gravity. Maybe go see that.
See Gravity, but fuck Ender's Game. Because the movie. Because Summon Entertainment.
The book, though. The book's good.
I'll trust you on that, but I don't trust Summon Entertainment as far as I could throw it. I tried to be creative and I failed. We should just end this. Bye!
Guys.
You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it play up to the part where you say, here comes spoilers, and then I'm going to cut to my face just